What's up everybody, I'm Brian from I Want Tesla and today I've got the perfect blue wrap for you. Plaid Model S. I've already started prepping this car a little bit. He dropped it off to me a little bit ago. It's noon and he drove all the way from Texas. Yes, I said Texas. He drove from Amarillo, Texas to North Carolina for me to wrap his car. And yes, he passed a lot of wrap shops along the way, but I am happy that he came all the way out here. And I say this is the perfect blue because the color is Satin Perfect Blue. This is a 3M 2080 film and we're doing blue over blue, which a lot of people are like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why would you do that? Well, you add protection, which this car has 24,000 miles on it, so there's chips and things. If he would have done this earlier, he would have had a little bit more protection from this. And you get to change the color a little bit because Tesla has 5 colors. Yes, blue is one of them, but not this blue. This is a different blue from everybody else, and it's going to stand out a little bit. I've already started prepping this. I've got the camera off. I got all the front pieces out. I'm about to take the mirrors off, and I've got the trim, things like that, and I'm gonna wipe down this car. I've already washed it, pressure washed it with my new pressure washer from Giraffe Tools. That system was wonderful. So I wash these cars outside with Dawn dish soap. That kind of degreases it a little bit, gets a lot of the stuff off, and then I clay bar it outside so it's nice and smooth. Now what I need to do is go over the whole car, go over all the edges and everything with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, and just clean the car completely. The first day is really all about prep work, getting it super clean, and maybe we'll get to a panel today, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll get to do a couple doors. Doors are easy. If you don't do good prep work, then you're not gonna have a good finished product. And that's really all that matters is what it looks like at the end. We had a big storm last night, so the sun's not out, but here is the car all finished. I'm gonna wipe it down a little bit more, pull it in the garage. But you see the front lip is black. It got the license plate on it, it's got the snap plate. This is Satin Perfect Blue. I think it looks really good, along with the black accents all over the car, spoiler on it. This is a Plaid Model S, so it looks so good. So he's dropping off his loaner car or his rental car, and he's gonna be on his way here to pick this up in a little bit. And I think that looks really cool. Definitely better than the stock blue. Brighter, gonna stand out for sure, but let me know what you guys think about this. So major question is, why'd you drive all the way out here from Texas?
Well, yeah, it's a crazy question, really. I like this area. I like to drive Tail of the Dragon, the other roads in this area. Plus, I'd watched hundreds of your videos, so I figured it was nice to come out here and meet you and do the wrap with you. So
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, and I definitely appreciate it. It looks great.
Yeah, I like it. It looks really good.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye. Those two blues actually look really good together. I actually like that blue a lot. As he's driving away, that looks really good. Better than a bright blue. I've done a bright blue one before, but that one looked really good. Right in between classy blue and a bright blue, I think it looks really good. Let me know what you think down below. Obviously I've got it pulled in the garage already, and I got my air conditioner on. It's gonna cool off in here because we need it to be right around 70 to 75 degrees. I've got all my material cut up already. I did that yesterday. I know what the panels are. I have everything written down, so those are ready to go, ready to get put on this. I've got the car lifted. You can't really see, but I got the car lifted on the highest setting for the air suspension. My quick jacks are not big enough for this car. I haven't gotten the extenders, so I'm gonna be working on the ground a little bit, but that's fine. Most people do actually. So I've got a lot done without you guys because this guy drove from Texas and I wanted to get this car done. I told him 4 days, so he's actually taking a trip. I think he's going to the Tail of the Dragon or having some fun around in North Carolina, but I want to get this car done so it's not extra time. So I haven't been filming a whole lot, but I've got this whole side done with the rocker panel and the exact same thing on this side. I've got this whole side with the rocker panel. I haven't done the top rails yet because we're going to do those in black along with the mirrors here. But at this point, I'm going to back the car up so I can do the rear quarter panel, I can do the deck lid, and I can do the rear bumper, and this piece along with the hood. Because honestly, the doors and the fenders, yes, they're not super easy, but they're the easier pieces out of this. You know, the hood isn't super easy because it has this high ridge here, and I'm gonna show you a trick how to do that. This film is a 3M 2080 film, but it has a silver backing, which has a tougher glue. It's a stronger glue. So I'm gonna show you a little trick on that. Same thing, we're gonna use the same trick on this spoiler here to get this all in one piece. If you guys notice this at all, this is what was on my car. This was on my car at the Tesla event, and I let a bunch of people sign it, and they actually wrote some really nice things, and I'm so grateful for everyone that did this and had so much fun with my car, actually writing on my car, which is cool. This did get damaged on the way home. I was in some heavy downpour rain driving, and it kind of like pretty much pressure washed it off here, flapped it over. So I did end up taking this off as soon as I got home, put it on the power wall for now, and I thought that was really cool. So many people had so much fun at the Tesla Takeover event signing this. It was great to see everybody there. Of course, you start by wiping everything down, making sure you get all the edges. Once everything is wiped down thoroughly, we're going to take some speed wax. Any stuff you have on these high points here. So I'm just going to hit those. And we're going to lower the surface tension on these high points here. Not all the way to the end. What that's going to do is allow the vinyl, the glue, to slide a little bit without grabbing, and then sometimes you get like dust. It looks like dust underneath the vinyl, but it's really the glue pulling away from the backing. Make sure we get the orientation right. This does have some writing on the back, and there's arrows, so you want to make sure you have the right, and this film is directional, so you want to make sure you have it correctly. Bunched up right here. Make sure we have enough. It's almost too short, but there's not much wiggle room here. And then I'm gonna trim out where the wipers are. I'm gonna start on this side. Don't ask me why. So we're gonna set this. Looks like a mess, and it really is. But now we're going to glass this out, which I'm going to pull from both sides, lifting up high. All right. Now I'm going to start in the middle, work that way to this seam, and work that way to this seam. And there's going to be kind of a bubble here that we're going to get out by palming this. You'll see that technique. Do need a wrap glove for that. And some water. Right here, there's a whole channel of air here. I'm gonna take my palm. Actually, there's enough water on the thing, but I'm gonna get my palm wet and force this down right in the middle. And we get the rest of the air out. So what you want to do before you cut anything is neutralize the corners. So I'm going to take the heat gun, go around everything. Since I've stretched things, it should shrink around itself, around the edge, and then when I trim out, it'll look perfect. So you got to make sure you do a thorough cleaning job, because someone got a thorough good use out of those tires. all trimmed out. This looks amazing. These corners look really good. This wraps right around nice and tight. Same thing here, all the way around. I like how this came out because this matches this, the dark molding that's in there. If I would have wrapped in, you would have saw the blue in there, but it wouldn't be dark blue. And that matches so much better. I like that so much better. It's cleaner look. And you can see how this is trimmed out here. And it looks awesome. When this closes, looks perfect. All right, I wrapped this off camera, but now it's time for the hard piece. This is definitely the hardest piece, I think, because of this curve right here. So I've done the same thing that I did on the hood. I put a little spray wax on this edge, and I'm waiting for that to dry so it slides this, so this will slide a little bit easier. Even though if I get some of that dust there, it's not going to be a big deal because the spoiler goes there, because this is a Plaid Model S. So I'm not too concerned about it, but it's always good practice to do the same thing every car. So now that I got that part done, that was the easy part. Now it's shrinking this, and that's gonna take some time. I'm gonna speed that up again. Well, I got in the groove and I didn't turn the camera back on, but I got the whole bumper done. You can see it. I went in all the way to the edge, all the way to this edge. So this is the factory blue. It looks really nice. And then I ended up putting on the vinyl for the brake calipers. On the rear, Tesla logo as well. Had those, and put the wheels on. Put this back on the ground. Put the taillights in. Might as well put the taillights in. Wrap up the whole back of this car. And then do the rails and then the front bumper. All right, so the car is all finished. I stopped recording because I need to get this car done. This guy's on the other side of Dallas, about 1,600 miles from here. And he's staying in a hotel. I mean, he's traveling all over, checking out North Carolina, but I gotta make sure I get this done for him, not so much for you guys. So I'm gonna pull this outside, take it for a test drive, make sure everything's working properly.